How I Became a Board Game Designer, Part 8, The Car Treasure Hunt. Every year when I was a child, we went to the same place on holiday, Garth in Wales. It's a sort of timeshare place with a load of different houses, a couple of swimming pools, really nice place. And it was really special to us as we were growing up. One of the things that they did every week was the car treasure hunt. The different families across the site would congregate in reception, be given a sheet of paper and would run off to their cars, and then several hours later might start coming back in dribs and drabs. The car treasure hunt was this epic thing. There were about 20 different or 25 different questions on it, and you had to go from place to place to place, and you'd work out where to go based on where you were in the previous one. You'd have to answer all these questions, and it would take you on this huge, enormous miles and miles around the Welsh countryside. And so we did that as a family every year. One year we even won. Oh yeah. And then my dad started doing these car treasure hunts as well. So he'd spent maybe 2 days creating a car treasure hunt for us to do, and then we'd all have to get in the car and do it. One Christmas, we all went to his house on Boxing Day, me and my older brothers and sisters and my younger sister. And it was freezing, snow everywhere, absolutely horrible weather. And we turned up looking forward to, a glass of wine. This is when we were a little bit older. A glass of wine. And, sitting down playing games with him all day and with each other. Nope. Turn around. You're not welcome. Here's your first clue. See you later. And we had to go. To get into my sister's unheated VW camper van and go off around the Cambridgeshire countryside. We weren't that happy. It was more for him than it was for us. And when he met us at lunchtime, it was a bit frosty, to say the least. We would have rather hung out at his house. But this is the kind of experience that I had. So we were always doing these kind of treasure hunts, and you had to use your brain in a certain way. I mean, sometimes the motivation was to just get through the treasure hunt, so you might as well try and do it quickly. When we were little, we went for he wanted to get us to go for a walk through the hills in Wales. And so what he did was he got this printed book of treasure hunts, the walking treasure hunts. And we went off on this thing, and we were, quite motivated by it. And then we actually found 2 pairs of flip-flops under this rock, which Dad had been and put there the day before. That's quite impressive. Quite dedicated to the cause. And there was this so the idea that you can be motivated by solving things, that had quite an impact on me.